Hi there and welcome to my channel. This is Kate from the Gentle Nest in Australia, and this is a Kate Can't Stop Stitching, and she's been on the biggest adventure to the sewing basket sale. Now the sewing basket is in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, and I know many of you don't have access to a shop like this, but I think we all secretly love celebrating and sharing and enjoying when each of us gets an opportunity to help others. So the sewing basket sale was fantastic, and I'm going to share some treasures that I picked up there yesterday. If you're in New South Wales or Sydney, the sale is still on this afternoon. I've got nothing to do with it, but I'm just filled with joy. And before we get into it, I just think it's important to point out that everything there is supporting people with disability. So that is really the wonderful thing that we can all do to help. By the way, this is my Daisy Joy crochet blanket underneath because I'm feeling so joyous and thankful that I thought I'd use that as a background. So all sorts of goodies, lots and lots of embroidery threads, pack of 5 for $1. I picked up them in new colours for me, including this very bright one, and I'm already putting them to work. I'm filming 2 videos today because I have lots and lots of projects and I just want to get this done and work for the rest. This is one of the most expensive items that could be found at the sale. And for me, it's not about the price, but just to give you an indication, we're going to open this together. In Australia, Arnott's is the most famous biscuit company. It's been around for ages, so it means something when we find a box. They're highly sought after. So we're going to, I love crinkly paper, and we're going to have fun finding out. Sorry if there's wobbling. Part of the camera's excited. So let's see. This is my present to myself and to you, my subbies, my new viewers. Let's share some excitement together. So this is like a vintage box. So there's bias binding that I haven't used in my slow stitching, but gee, now that it's there, I will. Look at this. Such a beautiful old cotton spool. Is that what they're called? Here's something that I don't know what to use for, but gee, isn't that beautiful? I think these are ancient hook and eyes. See, don't they do it so well? I think this is just an absolute joy to open and treasure. Let's go to this side. So this is beautiful lace that, if you know my work, I'll be soon cutting up every one of these little flowers and you'll see them scattered through all of my projects. Here's some little baby doilies. Again, I'm feeling sad for those of you who are telling me, particularly in the United States, that you can't find doilies. We must do something about this and share what we've got. Oh, look at this bit. This is a pineapple piece of crochet. I used to do these myself when I was a teenager. So this one obviously part of a bigger piece, but look at the story. I can use this and say I got it half finished. What's this going to be? I love purses and I love bags and I love gold. Oh my gosh. Look at that for a little treasure. Oh, I could cry. I love, 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 love. This is exquisite. Honestly, I should have bought, they didn't have many of these, but I would give them as gifts. Look at that. An original tape measure. Look at these colours. It's amazing. I've been truly inspired just to do, oh, look at this. Don't know what that's made out of. Oh, how wonderful. I'm going on my big trip to the States next week, and I'm trying to work out how I can be really economical with what I take. Buttons. I don't want to hurry this experience, but I've got so much to share. And look in this one box. honestly. Sew your Boutron cardigan buttons on with a gooseneck. I don't know what that is, but how beautiful. Some more needles, another little bit of pineapple. Oh my gosh, it keeps going. You know how Kate loves unfinished work, and that is already going to be featured in what's coming next that I'm going to share on Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. It's still going. I don't know what that is, but I love it. And linen cord. Oh my gosh, I feel so blessed. I wish I could share this with each one of you in one box, for goodness sake. I'm just going to keep that here so we can feast our eyes. I think in America, some people call those hauls. That's not a haul for me, that is a gift. And well done to the sewing basket for putting such an incredibly beautiful set together. Okay. I'll show this. Oh, it's exploding. But next up, I've just used this in my Kate's Slow Stitch and Crochet, but this amazing bag of huge big threads. I'm not going to take them out of the paper, but look at that. Look at my orange and pink going on this morning. So the joke was that Kate got so excited that she had to get an extra bag to carry her things home. And what better than this bag that I found on one of the tables. Someone told me that this is a 1930s fabric. I was just going to use it for the day, and then all my friends from Green Door on Tour, led by the beautiful Zoe, said, no, you can't destroy that. And then when I looked inside, I knew why. So now I'm going to embellish this, and maybe when I'm going in the car or somewhere on trips, I'll use this as my bag and embellish it on the way. So there's the little pockets inside, and guess what? I don't know whether you can see that. Let me just show you again. It's like magic. You pull it tight, like that, and then you go like this, and it becomes a square of treasures. So I popped some in here, but we're going to admire this workmanship at the same time. Absolutely beautiful. The great thing about the sale was we felt that we didn't want to be greedy, but we did soon realize that part of the joy and the adventure was that they had boxes and boxes and boxes of things to put out, and it was continually being replenished. So we learned just to stay at the table that we were interested and to collect and curate, really. A couple of times I stopped and looked at what I had and then thought, no, I don't need this. I'll leave it for somebody else. We also did go to the sewing basket at Balmain, so there's actually a combination in here as well. So this is original napkin, original crochet. I'm sharing how to crochet with you, and that's a pattern that we could easily do together to embellish. This was, what is it, a tray cloth or something like that. Look at all of this work. So I will treasure those big pieces, also the trails in a beautiful vivid blue, and then the little piece there. This is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to hold it up. I'm not sure if you can see, but this is, it's like a silk. I've never seen anything like this, but these flowers, look at that work. That will go on one of my pouches, which I happen to have a similar one here, like this that I'm working on with my journals, to encase a beautiful, delicate journal treasure. I mentioned just before, I love unfinished work, and I sort of deliberately look for that because I don't mind this combination of some stitched and some still, I don't know, is that called the pattern, is still there, because I can manipulate that. Oh, a crochet, piece in variegated blue, loving the variegation. This is why, again, for those of you who are new to collecting doilies and pieces, this has been donated, given away, because it's got a hole in it, it's got stains elsewhere, it's half finished, but for me that's part of its story. So I will honour that little section there as well as others, but that's where my eye comes to, and I'll probably make a little shape out of that that will feature on a pouch or a piece of stitching, a little hanky, a bigger piece with different tones. But again, every one of those flowers can be individually used and will be used. Again, this will keep me going for so long, and you'll see these coming out. Oh, here's the right pace. Look at that. And again, this beautiful cotton stitching. I'm just looking. See, my eye wants to gather from the nest already, and I can see that we could quickly make a beautiful piece of stitching. And this one, I just had to have. This is probably one of the more expensive, but look at the work in this. Incredible. And in my garden series, that flower will lead, and I'm going to again, look at all these patterns that we used. We haven't talked enough about how, if you know your basic stitches in crochet, you can have this infinite variety of crocheted edges. Okay, so treasure upon treasure. I feel blessed. Please don't think I take this for granted and my opportunity and ability to purchase, but I know that every dollar I spent is helping people who need it, and I want to support people who help and support others. Okay, so I've got one big reveal to go, which I'm starting to giggle about. If you've been watching me, my slow stitching with the girls, Rachel and Sarah, you would know that at the sewing basket a couple of weeks ago, I found this little basket, which I need to finish this afternoon so I can show you tomorrow. So that's my pressure. That's why I'm filming this and then burying myself in beautiful creation. Okay, so enough about that. If you want to look, I've shared it in other videos under the Roxy's Journal of Stitching tag. But because I've nearly finished, I loved this so much that something just came into my eyesight yesterday at the sale. Now, don't faint, but here she comes. I'm going to have to move everything. And the table is shaking because Kate is shaking with excitement. This is the most gigantic sewing basket that I've ever seen. It's probably 12 by 12, so you can't see anything at the moment, but I'm going to use this. Oh, it's hardly. It's got a magnetic clip. I'm going to open it up. Ooh, got treasures in there, and show you that it's got a beautiful original satin pocket and a pin thing, and I filled it with my last treasures. So my plan is to start working on that this afternoon. See, it's very empty inside, but you've got the idea. I'm going to measure up. It's in beautiful condition. I got this from the Balmain shop, and I'm going to cover. Bottom line, it won't look like that next time you see it. So final treasures, and this is a mixed bag. Here's another, what is it, a tray cloth, old, I don't know, totally stained, ripped out stitches. I love it. I love the back even. Look at that, as a textural piece. That's a flower in itself. So I will use that. This I also love. Actually, in fact, this has got in. I found this a while ago, but I'm going to use it in this box, $1 from Vinnie's. For the box, my idea, and you'll see it on my next video, I'm going to use this stained tablecloth as the basis. It's got stains everywhere, but I'm going to use that to cover the top and the bottom. This is a delicate piece that I picked up. Look at that. Nearly there, but you can see why it was irresistible. This again, look, I wonder about the story behind this. It's a tablecloth, but in my style of work, look at it, it's so stained, so I know that it's had a good life already, and I'm going to treasure these pieces and harvest. And look at this. Look at that. I hope you're sharing my joy. I have to stroke them. I love them so much. This one's a bit white for me, and I'm not sure that I'll rush into using this, but I'll show you. The thing that excited me, it's quite stiff, so I might even have to wash it again just to get that stiffness out. But look here. Where are they? Here's an example that I haven't used in my slow stitching and crocheting yet, but the person who's lovingly made this has cut a hole and then crocheted in there. How about that for an idea? So I can harvest those, or we can learn how to make them ourselves together. How amazing. Okay, last piece is this. And do you know that when we arrived, there was not one single quilt left? Obviously, a lot of people had gone, but I did find this old, I'm just realizing now these are shapes. I think that's a cat, but I found it and grabbed it because it's the softest thing that you could ever see. I'm not sure if you can feel. Can't see, I'm so excited, I'm jumbling my words. Look at these stitches in here. I'm sure that's been hand done. I'm not an expert, but look how many. Oh, there's a cat. What else can we find? That's maybe another sort of cat in this shape. So I'm thinking I can use these as little journal covers, booklet covers, needle books. The sky's the limit. And again, realizing that there is this strange discoloration on there, but that for me absolutely adds to the texture. I did get some lace that I've already used in filming already, and that's about it, which is more than enough, I hope, to just hope that you can join with me in congratulating the Sewing Basket on what they do for all us makers in Australia, and that for me is so inspiring. I'm putting those there because I got them from there, and look at that little tiny piece. So I've been busy already. I'm going to be way busy in the next hours before I post my next videos. I've got to get lots of things done before I go away and film in advance. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you don't know about my channel yet, I would love you to subscribe. It's an evolving journey of creativity, and it's about sharing what I'm learning to do as I get feedback from you on YouTube, and just genuinely sit down and treasure the creative process. I am not an expert, but I do know that there is nothing better than the soul having the opportunity to express itself in whichever medium we're choosing to work on. I'm a multi-eclectic, do lots of things. So if that interests you, please join, share with your friends, and let's go on this fantastic journey together. And let's remember that the sewing basket is a fabric shop that helps. So there we go. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.